Hey YouTube. Hi y'all. I'm on here a little late today. But I had some stuff I was doing and then did a little reading for myself. So that's always necessary. Oh, let me get it live up on my TikTok. Let me grab my tea really quick. I forgot that. Hold on 1 second. All right. I had to get my tea. All right. I'm back. I'm gonna give y'all a second to join. Y'all know I'm still getting over my strep throat, so I might be coughing. Apologies if I do. All right, welcome. I know a few people have been asking about personal questions. Okay, so my OG folks, y'all know I used to do the $5 Cash App questions. We will do that tonight. Hey Amelia, welcome. I'm itching all at the same time. Okay, so we could do the Cash App questions today. I know I'm going to repeat that a million times, so sorry if you weren't here early. But my Cash App is the same as my YouTube handle. Everything is the same everywhere. So TikTok, YouTube, I'm on Kick, and I'm on WAP. It's all Eat Your Heart Out. My Cash App is also Eat Your Heart Out. It is linked in the description. So you can do $5 Cash App questions. Actually, let me take off my Do Not Disturb. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Because if somebody Cash App, I won't see it. So it should pop up now that I don't have Do Not Disturb on. But we will do that in between. So if y'all ever see me doing this, hello, welcome. Thank you for the compliment as well. If y'all have never seen me do the Cash App questions, if anybody's watching this playback, the way that we do it is if somebody has a question, they can do the $5 Cash App. I don't have Super Chat anymore. I have to wait until I get like eligible again. So if I did have Super Chat, you would be able to do it on there as well. And I do it in between the zodiac signs. So I am still going to do the general readings for each zodiac. So of course you're still going to get your general reading. I would, me personally, I would just advise wait and see if the one that, if your general reading resonates with you, then you can go ahead and do the Cash App question. If you need further clarification, stuff like that, that would be a good idea for you to do that. We did go in a regular order the last time, so we're going to go backwards today. So we're going to start with Pisces. I like to switch back and forth so that my late signs don't be waiting 3, 4, 5, 11 hours. So they get, and that way if I get tired towards the end and start getting a little foggy, you get the best reading at the beginning. So if you're not familiar with the order, we're doing Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Cancer. I always skip Gemini. Gemini, Taurus, Aries. Let me write. I don't know why I do that to the Geminis. No shade. I like Geminis. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I always skip them when I'm writing it. If you're watching me on TikTok, please beware of scammers. I will never DM you for readings. I'm not going to talk about, oh, spell work, all this. You got energy on you, blah, blah, blah. That's not me. That is not me. This is my only page. My handle is the same on all of my platforms. It is EeshUrHeartOut. Also, there is a Twitch out there with my username. I'm 99% sure that's mine. I can't log into it, but Eat Your Heart Out is me. No numbers, no underscores. Please do not get scammed. Specifically, my TikTok people. Specifically. It's just me. I'm not going to DM you. If you guys want personal readings, you can subscribe to the WAP. That's how you get a detailed personal reading. I will do a private YouTube video for you that only you can see. If you catch me live, you guys can do personal questions during the live that are $5. All right, so that's when you catch me live. You do a $5 Cash App question. Cash App is the same thing. It's Eat Your Heart Out. That's my Cash App. All right, so just to let y'all know. Oh my, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Philip, for the compliment. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. All right, so we're going to get started. All right. Want to get started with Pisces first. And this will be timestamped at the end. So if you're watching me on TikTok, Kick, WAP, this will be up on YouTube. It's saved. Also, I think Kick saves videos too, but that's not timestamped. But it is saved on there. If you're a Kick watcher, it is saved up on there. I found that out today. Okay. All right. Still getting on my little strep throat. Bear with me. It's almost gone. All right, Pisces. I think it was also dehydrated too. All right, Pisces. What's the most important scenario for my Pisces? What's the most important scenario for the Pisces here? We're going backwards today. All right, so dominance. Ooh, Rihanna is a Pisces. All right, everybody see? Okay. So dominance, this is about having like control over a situation, control over your own destiny, life, your decisions, things like that. All right, so let's see. All right, what role do you play in this scenario, Pisces? Okay, angel. All right, so this is Sagittarius energy. So you have like patience. You could be teaching somebody something. All right, you could have this could also be something very spiritual, like you could be on your own spiritual journey, things that you're learning, things like that. This is about like expanding your horizons. Sagittarius also rules foreign energy. So if you're in a scenario where like you're the only one of something, you're like the foreigner, that could be your role as well. But you have a lot of patience. You could be a teacher in the moment. All right, what other energy is it important for you to be in right now, Pisces? What's the important energy for you to be in? Okay, resilience. All right, so this is interesting. This is a Sag card in the regular tarot. It's the Ten of Wands. All right, so with resilience, make sure that you this is about bouncing back. You are able to handle something. Something may be tough here, difficult for you to deal with, but you are able to handle it. Let's see what the difficulty might be. What might the difficulty be here? Let's see. Okay, knowledge. Okay, no, you've already, this looks like a lot about teaching. I feel like you're going to be able to teach something from experience. You learn this. You're the one that can handle this information. I feel like you have control over the situation because you're the most knowledgeable. All right, if you're around people, you have to, now if this is about teaching like a child a lesson, maybe you're not an actual teacher. You may have to teach your children, teach somebody younger than you. Maybe it could be somebody older than you, somebody at work. You just have more experience. So I feel like you've learned this through being through a setback or through a difficult time. I feel like too, it could be a little difficult for you to convey what you're trying to teach. So you may want to incorporate like something in layman's terms, making sure that something is digestible for everybody that you're dealing with, working with, things like that. All right. All right, so let's see what dominance is too. What else is the dominant energy here? Ooh. Okay. Well, since it flew out like that, I'll keep it. Okay, yeah, sexuality. So this is Gemini. So if you're an angel, Sag and Gemini are opposites. Don't let the person opposing you control you. So it doesn't matter what their sign is. The person that's opposite of you or whoever is learning from you or listening to you, they're kind of controlling a narrative or they're controlling a situation. Okay, all right, now it's getting interesting. Let's see. So what do they have? What might they have dominance over? Okay, resisting what? Let's see. Don't let somebody else have control over something that resisting guidance. Okay, this is the thing. If you have to teach somebody something, they're not listening. They're not opening to listen. This looks like you guys might need to bounce ideas off of one another. Okay, what are you trying to teach somebody to do, or what do you have knowledge about here? You guys might need to bounce ideas off of one another, but okay, transition and defense. Okay, you want somebody to kind of stand up for themselves and protect themselves. What do you want somebody to start blocking out here? You're trying to get somebody to block something out. Voice and finesse, and then skill. So I feel like you're like, okay, stop. Literally, I feel like you're like, stop lying. You're trying to teach somebody the cause and effect of what they're talking about or what they're saying. There's no need for you to talk about like a shortcut, or it's no need for somebody to lie. What do you feel like that causes? Or you might feel like somebody's sneaking, or what do you feel like is the cause of this? Okay, the Strength card and fluidity. Okay. So I feel like you're trying to teach somebody a lesson like, hey, you know, you need to stop letting people lie to you. Because I feel like you're trying to, whoever you're talking to, you've learned this from experience. You're trying to get them, hey, like, don't let people lie to you. Don't let people trick you. Don't just go off of words. Somebody needs to learn from experience, or somebody needs to read between the lines and actually take into account what's going on. So don't take something at face value. All right, so let's get 8 cards. We're on Pisces. Oh my goodness. Hold on now, child. I got to hide you. If you're new here, the personal questions, you can do a $5 Cash App question, okay? I'm not ignoring y'all. Hold on, somebody spamming the chat. I gotta hide the folks that spam in the chat. Hold on, that's gonna be too much. If you're on TikTok, I'm also up on YouTube, y'all. These are general. All right, so let's get 8 cards, Pisces. Yeah, you're like, okay, literally, you're saying this is about somebody not speaking. You're like, no, they should hold back on that. They shouldn't talk about that. Here's a new opportunity. Okay, so somebody may also feel like singled out. Somebody's not allowed to speak. So I don't know. This is the way that this looks, right? You got the 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and then 9 of Wands. If you have like more than one child, or like if you're a literal teacher, it's almost like there's a person here who feels singled out because they're not allowed to speak. That's why they feel left out or alone. Again, this could be you. This could be you as well. Maybe you went through something like this. So they're not allowed to speak. Okay, the 6 of Wands, Page of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and then the 9 of Wands. Yes, you are in a lot of Sag energy. I feel like if you're wondering what's going on, you're the only one, you're foreign, or you're different than everybody else. I feel like too, you're like, yeah, I feel like too, you're either like telling somebody, hey, like maybe you should be quiet, maybe you should keep that to yourself. What is the result of somebody speaking up? And then we'll see what the result is if somebody learns to keep something to themselves here. Okay, the Hierophant. What is the result if somebody just kind of keeps something to themselves? Yeah, it looks like the person in charge is judging somebody. Yeah, justice. And then the Tower. Yeah, the Page of Wands. Let me clarify that, because what it looks like, right, is whoever's in charge, they're like kind of forcing one person to be quiet while the other person kind of gets to speak up. Let's see. What's the result of somebody speaking up for themselves? It has a lot to do with voicing an opinion or keeping it to themselves. Okay, love. All right, what is the result if somebody's not speaking? They're not talking. They're kind of hidden. Yeah, somebody needs to speak up. Let's see what the Tower is. What is the expectation? Yeah, power. I'm also getting to, it could be the way that somebody says something. So it's not about being quiet or keeping something to yourself. Like, maybe this is a scenario where you're like, hey, you know, that's not the best way to say that. And then somebody takes offense. They're like, oh, fine. Well, I won't say anything then. And then they just stopped like talking. It's like, no, you can still speak up, but it's just about how you say it, what you're saying, how you put it. What makes somebody feel left out in the Nine of Wands really quick? Yeah, it's like conflicting ideals with fight. All right, so it's conflicting ideals, ideas, perspectives, things like that. Yeah, fight, change, defiance, and leadership. Okay. What other energy should you be in here, Pisces? So that looks like what's going on. All right, so you should be in transition. What should you transition to? All right, this looks like a mental transition. Okay, you got self-esteem, emotions, and ambition. Okay, do not try to... I'm also getting too, there's something about trying to fit in. So that could be why somebody doesn't want to speak up. What makes somebody feel isolated? Or what might make you feel isolated? Again, if you're the one teaching or instructing somebody, or if you have more than one child, or you're dealing with more like different people, you have to make sure that everybody's kind of heard and you're kind of teaching in different ways. What might make somebody feel left out here? Yeah, power. It's kind of the way that somebody speaks. Now, somebody could be isolated because of the way they're talking. Like, you know, this is kind of like you're the black person at work and somebody's going to say, oh, they're rude or they're mean or, you know, they're too assertive, but you're probably just talking like a black person or something. But if it's the person in charge who's teaching, leading, maybe you're getting angry at one person and you're not getting angry at another person. So they're like, okay, bet. Well, why are you allowing this person to speak up and you're not allowing me to speak up? Blase skip. It's something like that. So in the midst of this, just try not to isolate somebody or make somebody feel left out. It's not what you say, it is how you say it. That's what I'm basically getting here. All right. So you say you'll just stop talking. Nah. This was Pisces, so I don't think it's for Sagittarius. They're just in that Sagittarius energy. All right, so sometimes like when we pull certain cards, like say Pisces is coming out as a Sagittarius, their energy right now is in that energy. So what that means is Sag rules like the teaching, communication, spirituality, travel, things like that. So I feel like in this case, or, you know, they could be, like I said, Sagittarius rules like foreign energy. So they could be the only one, like they could be the only woman or the only black person, or they're the youngest or the oldest. So it's like they just have to... Don't feel left out. Don't feel singled out. Don't feel isolated. Also, don't feel like you have to fit in. All right. But I feel like that's what's going on here. If you do have to communicate, make sure that you're communicating in it like a clear, concise manner. You're taking your time to really make sure that something is known in a more logical standpoint. Try not to say something out of emotion. All right. What is the outcome from my Pisces here? And I'm going to have to write my notes real quick. All right, you got rebellion, spirituality, hustle, self-esteem, truth. So you may feel left out because of certain belief systems. All right, I feel like too, there's going to be with hustle, there's a money opportunity. Don't feel left out with that opportunity. I'm not sure why, because I do see it here, but it's like it's an odd... There's like an odd situation or something like that. Don't feel... I'm also getting to, if this is at work and you have a new opportunity, don't feel like you have to fit in. You're there to make money. You're there to, you know, get your resources up. All right. All right, let me write my little note real quick. All right, y'all, I had to write down my little note. I like to remember what I read. Because back in the day, I would do readings and not have a damn clue. Oh, that's what your ex used to say. Oh. Yeah, I'll just stop talking. Yeah, some people do that. It's like, oh, well, you don't want to hear what I gotta say, fine. But it's like, it's not that. It's just say it in a different way. Thank y'all for following. I appreciate y'all. If y'all are on TikTok again, those of y'all that was already here, I'm on Kick, TikTok, YouTube, and WAP. All right, so we can do the $5 questions, y'all. It's $5 Cash App questions. You used to be able to do the super chat, but I have to re-up on the I gotta get my what's it called? I'm not monetized anymore on YouTube, so I gotta get monetized. All right, Aquariuses. We got any Aquariuses here? Any Aquariuses in the house? If you guys are asking personal questions, these are general, y'all. These are general. But I'm sorry that your breakup was awful. I'm sorry about that. All right, what's the energy surrounding the Aquariuses? What's the energy surrounding the Aquariuses? Most important scenario. Oh, okay. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. We got Angel again, Sagittarius. They came out as this reading, as this energy. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. It could be a Sagittarius. Y'all, I don't know every Aquarius in the world. So it's one of the two. Again, Sag energy is teaching, exploration, travel, anything spiritual, things like that. Foreign energy, different cultures. So that could be the center of your reading. Let's see what your energy is here, Aquarius is. Let's see. So what role do you play here, Aquarius? Okay, love. Okay, so you're doing something out of love. You could be around groups of people. You're enjoying yourself. This could be any form of love, y'all. So when we pull love, it doesn't just have to be romantic. Even if you're single, you got family, friends, co-workers that you care about, things like that. All right, so your love. All right, what other energy should you be in, Aquarius? What other energy should you be in, Aquarius? Okay, spirituality. Okay, so that could be why Sagittarius energy is coming out. Again, like I said, the Pisces could be in this position, but so there's something spiritual going on here. All right, so in this case, spirituality can be meditation. Maybe you might have a vivid dream that you need to pay attention to. If you do your own cards, you may want to try to do your own cards, study them yourself and things of that nature. So what will spirituality help you with? This can also be like optimism, right? Being optimistic, thinking positively about your future. That tends to be what we lean on spirituality for, right? It gives us like hope to move forward, things like that. So that could be the energy that you need to be in. All right, how will spirituality help you in this case? Okay, resilience. Okay, so yeah, you could be going through a difficult time. It's going to help you get over some sort of hump. All right, so it's going to help you bounce back. Maybe you need to think about like a time when, you already went through something bad. This is going to help you overcome that, right? Like you could pray. Maybe you don't feel very comfortable. You need to go sit down and meditate, sit in your room. You could journal. Those are very spiritual moments. You might need to, maybe you're in a space where you're like, man, I need to look for a sign. I need to see a sign or something. Maybe you see your birthday pop up or, something like that. What might be difficult for you to handle in this moment with resilience? What might be difficult here? Okay, leadership. Okay. So, okay, leadership. Maybe it's difficult for you to deal with a certain leader. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Let's clarify. I'm also getting to what could be difficult. If you're in a position of leadership, you could be the initiator. You could be the first person to do something. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me get you out of here. They be spamming. All right. Ooh, I don't want to block all the keywords because then normal people won't be able to type. Okay, there we go. All right, so you're the first person to do something, or you're the first person that has to go through a situation. What are you the first person to do here, Aquarius? So that could be why it's difficult. You don't have anybody to follow by example. Okay, vision. Okay, so you're the first person with this vision, with this goal. All right, literally, you're the first person to have this vision. So maybe like you're the first person that wants to do certain things for your career. Maybe you're the first person in your family to have a child, another child, or you're the first person in your family to get married or not get married, or you're the first person to want to be an entrepreneur or something like that. This is what you envision for yourself. That's why you need spirituality. So you will need optimism. All right. I feel like that's why the center of the reading is here is Sagittarius. Because that's what, you know, they just rule spirituality. All right, let's get 8 cards here. I am a Sag, you know, if maybe you need a reading or something, I don't know. Maybe you just need to get your own cards or something and sit and meditate. All right, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, there's a Devil card. So this to me is a spiritual card. This is Capricorn energy. All right, the Devil card. These are about like fears. Okay, so there's your energy. There's love with the Queen of Cups. You're doing something out of love here because of some sort of tie. You may feel obligated. All right, we're going to clarify what that is real quick. Okay, a new perspective. You got the 3 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, and then the Hangman. Okay, so I feel like spirituality literally is going to give you a new perspective on a situation that you're in. Because the 9 of Swords, there are worries. Maybe you're worried about your actions as well. All right, let's clarify. What's the Devil card here? Oh, okay, Angel. So it could be it's a Sagittarius or a Pisces in this case. They just came out that way if you're dealing with a Pisces. Okay, so you're already doing something out of love for this individual. What is the worry about with the 9 of Swords? What might we be worried about? Okay, worried about whether or not you're going to get a second chance, whether or not you're fortunate. So there could be a scenario where maybe you messed up an opportunity. You wish you got this opportunity back. Okay, what do you want to say? I don't know if this is you. I'm not saying that you're worried. It could be the Sag or a Pisces. All right, a second chance to do what, or an opportunity to do what? I'm also getting, you could be worried about whether or not you have enough time to complete something. Yeah, a second opportunity to change. And then you have inspiration yourself. You are the inspiration card. So you want to change something about yourself. Okay, what do you want to change? What's the current situation? Okay, voice. And then what do you want to change this into? So you're either saying something or not saying something at all. Okay, I feel like you want to have a conversation with somebody. You want to be open to listening and learning. That's what you want to learn and change about yourself. Okay, so if your advice is spirituality, to me, what I typically use my cards for when I'm doing a personal reading, the most important thing to me is I try to get to the root of an issue. All right, so what is the root of your current issue, Aquarius? Okay, dominance. Interesting. So maybe trying to control a situation, maybe trying to control everything around you. All right, you know, some things are outside of our control. Now, we have the Hangman here, so I'm going to get clarity on what that is. Again, this is a Pisces card, so it's kind of already all tied together, but let's see. So the root of this is dominance. What was the dominant energy? So something has full control over something. Oh, okay, peace. Okay. So this is an energy where it's like at first you did not notice or you weren't paying attention. I don't know if this is you, but it's like somebody wants another chance at something. They were like, I didn't pay attention to this. I wasn't focused on it enough. What did that dominate or control? Okay, pride. So this could be a scenario where it's like, okay, maybe you think, or somebody else around you thinks, all right, I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to be concerned about this. I don't even have to think about it. But now, okay, I really hope I get a second chance to maybe build this up, work on this. I hope I get a second chance to learn about this. All right, so that's why your energy, you need to be in spirituality. You need to have faith and be optimistic in this moment. All right, let's see what else. What was your old perspective? Because I feel like there's a perspective shift here or something. I got versatility. What's the new perspective? Or how will you look at it differently with spirituality? Now, the Empress can be motherhood or something. Okay, so truth. So you're going to see the truth about this. I mean, I just explained it. The root of it is the fact that either you or somebody else in this scenario was not concerned about the outcome or did not take an opportunity. Maybe they took an opportunity for granted, things like that. So now it's like, oh my God, will I get another opportunity again? I feel like being optimistic, you know, having a spiritual grounding, that is going to give you that basis. All right, but you're going to see the truth about what? With this new perspective. Okay, passion, desires. So you're gonna see what you or somebody else desires to do, that ambition, the fire, putting something, you know, putting the fire under your ass kind of situation. All right, what is the truth here about passion? But the case is that somebody did not just pay attention. Okay, so passion. So we got Cancer, Aquarius, order. So the truth about your passions, there's a Cancer and Aquarius. You and a Cancer, you and an Aquarius. That comes before something else. That's the truth. What did that come before? That was put before something else. Okay, this is what you want to change into, sexuality and rebellion. So this is kind of what you want to change into, being able to learn, listen, things like that. Being open. Maybe you want another chance to make a different decision. Some of you may have literally put a Cancer first. Now, this is another individual. If this is like a Pisces or a Sag, they may have put like you and a Cancer first or something along those lines. All right, what is the outcome here for you, Aquarius? Got power, strength, mystery, and confidence. Power and strength. So this is back to the voice part, the way things are said or talked about and things like that. All right, so let me write that down. Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn is up next. Shout out to the Capricorns. Hi, Trina. I don't know if you want to put your whole government on there, but welcome. I mean, I guess you could find anybody's name. So in this day and age, I don't think it matters. Those of y'all joining on TikTok, these are general, y'all. You can do the $5 Cash App questions. My Cash App is the same handle. I am on all the platforms. All right, TikTok, YouTube, Kick, and WAP. This will be saved on Kick and on YouTube, and it'll be time-stamped on YouTube. All right, gotta give that disclaimer. We're going backwards, y'all. We're going backwards. Always switch the order. So we started with Pisces and Aquarius, and now we are on Capricorn. Feel free to watch for y'all moon signs and all that good stuff. Rising signs, whatever, you know. North node, all that good things, if you know how to apply it. All right, Capricorns. What is the scenario for the Capricorns? Okay, change. Could be dealing with a Scorpio possibly, but there is a scenario that is changing. Let's see what the changes are. Let's see. So what was the scenario before? So going through a shift or a change. What was the situation before? Okay, resistance, and it is changing into what? Okay, personality. All right. So I feel like in this instance, it looks like either this is you. Thank you for the gift. This is either you or someone else, but they've been resisting being themselves. Okay, what part of somebody, so somebody has been holding back basically. What part of their personality is showing? Again, this could be you, Capricorns. Oh, okay, power. All right. So I feel like in this case, somebody's like trying to hold back on what they're saying or what they like their influence. But I feel like somebody is very powerful. They have a very powerful voice. They've been holding back. All right. This could be you. What other role do you play here if this is you? But what role do you play here, Capricorns? So somebody's been holding back. Okay, so your peace. Okay. So right now you're calm, you're not worried. But you are at peace with the scenario. Okay, what are you at peace with here? Okay, yeah, voice. Now, first of all, this means you're not speaking. I feel like this is you. You're not saying something or you're not speaking up. This could be you. If you're dealing with another individual, you're fine with this person speaking up. That's who they are. That's how they are. You know them, or you're like, yeah, they've been holding back. But if this is you, you're not speaking up on a scenario. Okay. What energy should you be in, Capricorns? Okay, courage. All right. What else? I feel like this is you. I feel like this is about you speaking up. What else do you need the courage to do, Capricorns? So you need courage. Okay, you got sexuality, fluidity, and power. Yeah, I feel like this is you. I feel like this is you. All right, let's see. I feel like you need to speak up more. Speak up for yourself. I don't know if you want to do anything like public speaking wise, if you want to do anything on social media. Y'all know that's you really can't do anything without social media these days. Maybe you, it depends on, you know, what you want to do. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Some of you may want to have the courage to work with like a Gemini or something like that. Okay, so you got the 4 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Yeah, so I see you speaking. You speak out in the privacy of your own home, or there's another person that you feel very comfortable speaking to. All right, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like it's like 2 people feel really good speaking to one another. This could be you and your child, you and a younger sibling. Y'all are good speaking to each other. It's like whoever you live with, that's your real personality or something like that. How you act. Okay, yeah, it's like literally I'm observing how we speak in private. I don't know why I'm getting too, like maybe somebody can actually sing or something. All right, so the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, you got the Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Swords, 2, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see what the Wheel of Fortune is for you, because that's an opportunity or something coming back around. What is the Wheel of Fortune for you? What's the opportunity for you? The opportunity for you is defiance. Okay, so you're going to get a second opportunity to speak up for yourself or speak against something. You need to go against something. So you're like, damn, I wish I would have went against that. Okay, go against what? Love. Okay, now Aquarius came out as love. If you know an Aquarius, maybe you have to go against that, or you're like, no, I already did this out of love here. I have to do something for myself right now. Okay, what do you want to do instead? Some of you want to go against an Aquarius. Yeah, you got potential, fight, and defiance again. Okay, what is the worry here? Because you need to be courageous. What are you afraid is going to happen? What are you afraid of? Love again. Okay, this is the thing. I feel like you're afraid that whatever this opportunity is, right? It comes with dealing with people, right? So love does not just have to be romance and things like that. This could very well be romance. Maybe you are afraid literally of love, but this could be literally any form of love, like friends, family, children, But if this is like a business opportunity, you're afraid to like have to connect with people. And the reason I'm saying that is because you got voice and power. You have power out twice. So I feel like this combination is like, you know, she's at microphone. So if you have to speak to, talk to groups of people, that could be what you're worried about. Also with love, the way this card is depicted, it can also include love for yourself. Like you're like, I don't know if I should really accept that part of myself with personality. Yeah, so I wouldn't be afraid of this, of course, because your thing is courage. Why are you afraid of love? What do you think is going to happen to you or being around people or whatever? So you see how being independent kind of causes resistance for you creating something more. What else are you trying to create here? Yeah, okay, you're trying to be really determined here. You're trying to make sure that your goals get met. You feel like people are distracting you, or maybe friendships distract you. Now, of course, we know that love can distract, like a relationship can distract you, but you don't become so isolated that you don't have anybody around you, or like any friends, family, or like you don't want to become so afraid to speak out on social media for your business or like your side hustle or a hobby, you know, something like that. You're going to have to incorporate people. All right. What else is the outcome here for you? Okay, a perspective on superstition, a perspective on being worried. I feel like you're gonna, okay, maybe, how did you view your worries before? Like you're worried about, how did you view these worries before? So your perspective on your worries. Interesting. You thought, okay, so you felt more confident. You didn't feel worried, or you didn't realize that this was a worry of yours. So I feel like you're going to realize something really was a blockage, because this is like, you're kind of like, you don't even want people to see how you act, who you are, how you speak. How are you going to view this now? Yeah, you're holding back. You're trying to tell, I feel like you're trying to tell a Sagittarius or a Pisces to change their perspective. So at first you viewed yourself as like, well, I'm independent, I'm fine. You're going to realize in the midst of that, like you were trying to get somebody else to change their perspective. So what was their perspective? Or it's like in the midst of it, you're going to realize like, wait, okay, their perspective was truth. So they saw something for what it was, Capricorn. What truth did they see here? Okay, we got, yeah, Aquarius, innovation, and finesse. So I just told Aquarius that they need spirituality. All right, I'm not gonna overthink it, because when I pull too many cards, we keep. All right, so basically, long story short, you're afraid to be like generous, kind, loving. If you are dealing with an Aquarius, they came out as love, so you may not need to. You might have to go against what an Aquarius's belief system was for yourself. All right. All right, so that was Capricorn. Let me write my little note. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to the new folks. We're going backwards in the zodiac. We just finished Capricorn, so I'm going to do Sag next. I want to write my little note down. All right, Sagittarius is next. Sorry, y'all, I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm on a lot of platforms, by the way. I'm on TikTok, Kick, YouTube, and WAP. And Kick and YouTube save the videos. YouTube will have it time-stamped. All right. YouTube will have it time-stamped. All right, Sagittariuses are up next. Shout out to the Sagittarius out there. I pulled Angel a few times, but it did come out as a Pisces in this reading, so we'll see what you guys' energy are. Maybe you might want to watch the Pisces reading. All right. Sagittariuses, welcome everybody. All right, let's see. What is the energy surrounding the Sagittariuses? Also, y'all on TikTok, please don't get scammed. It's going to be fake pages eventually. The more viewers I have, the more it will be fake pages. Please, this is my only page. All right, what's the situation for the Sagittariuses here? I'm interested to see if this is going to line up with the personal reading I did for myself. I did a reading earlier. All right, but let's see. What's the situation for the Sagittariuses? Okay, style, Cancer energy, moving forward. If you guys don't know a Cancer, it's just about moving forward in a scenario on the right path. It could literally, those of you that don't know a Cancer, it could literally be transportation or something along those lines, all right? All right, so let's see. What role do you play here, Sagittarius? What role do you Sagittarius play? What role do you play here, Sagittarius? Okay, ambition. Okay. So you're working, you're focused on your work, your career, you're very ambitious. Okay. That's good energy to be in. But what other energy should you be in here? Because sometimes now, of course, y'all know I got a Cancer kid, so don't work too much. But let's see, what other energy should you be in, Sagittarius? I get Sag and Cancer together a lot. What energy should you be in, Sag? Okay, knowledge. Okay. Okay, so what are you knowledgeable about here? What are you knowledgeable about? What do you know? What do you know you need to do? So this, you kind of already know what you need to do. Okay, so you have mood, respect, and inspiration. Okay, there could be something dealing with a Taurus and an Aquarius. And then you have healing, defense, hustle, and mood. Okay, don't block out an opportunity. Okay, but I'm not going to, that's too many cards. Let me slow down. You know what you regret. You know what you do not like. Don't allow your emotions to get in the way. You already know what your mistake was, I'm assuming, if it's knowledge and mood. So don't make that mistake again. I'm going to pull these two up. All right, let's see what else. So this ambition, knowledge, and mood, you're good. What did you regret? What was the mistake, or what did you regret here? Looks like you already learned something. Okay, so I feel like you regretted a past decision. All right, you got sexuality, that's a past decision. I'm also, because it's Gemini, if it could be literal sex for some people. All right, so if you're focused on work, you know, I wouldn't give up your career, like dating wise. Like this would not be the time to like take a break for dating or anything like that. Continue on that path. But I feel like this is more so a decision. Why do I say that? In case y'all want to read your own cards. To me, sexuality kind of equates to the Lovers card in the regular tarot. The Lovers is Gemini. That is our mentality, and those are our decisions. I just saw your message about Scorpio. No, Scorpio is next. All right, so, you know, you already know what you did wrong. I'm also getting to Gemini, the Gemini-Sag polarity. Sag is typically the teacher. Gemini is learning. That does not mean that Geminis are dumb or anything like that for a Gemini coming here be fussing. It just means that the Gemini energy is in the learning position. So I feel like you already know what to do. You already know what mistakes you've made. All right, so don't, you know, you're kind of in a know better, do better scenario. All right, what is the style energy here? Let's see. Okay, power, fight, and humor. Okay, don't get distracted. I'm seeing a lot of emotional things because you got mood and you got humor. Cancer is emotions. Do not get distracted. Do not feel like, okay, I need to take a break or I need to laugh and play and joke and blah, blah, blah. You're still in ambition. You already know what decision you made that did not work out here. Okay, let's see what else we can pull. Let's get 8 cards. Defeating lust, yeah. All right, the 2 of Wands. Let's see, you got the 2 of Wands here. The 7 of Swords, the Ace of Wands. Okay, so first of all, right away, you have already left something behind. Do not look back. Don't try to go back and redo that. Just the way that this looks. Like literally, you already making a decision, already taking an action, but kind of looking backwards, looking at the past sort of situation. Don't go backwards. We're going to clarify what that 7 of Swords is because I'm assuming that's not you. Yeah, don't go backwards. All right, the moon can also be Cancer. There you go, the Queen of Wands, the Hierophant, the 8 of Swords. All right, don't go backwards. I'm getting like something's misleading. Let's see. What's the 7 of Swords? What was the intended outcome? So this didn't work. The intended outcome is superstition. So the intention is to get you to worry. What? What are you supposed to be worried about or concerned about? Oh, a Cancer. So that's funny as shit. All right, so a Cancer is trying to make you worry about them. Okay, first of all, I'm sorry, that's so funny. All right, so somebody wants you, I don't know if the Cancer is doing this or not, but the intention is for you to worry about a Cancer. Or if you don't know a Cancer, you're supposed to be worried about whether or not you're moving forward in the right direction. That's the intention. Okay. What are you doing in the Queen of Wands? Because that's kind of like confidence, knowledge, things like that. What are you doing in the Queen of Wands? Defense. Let's make sure you're not blocking something out. What are you blocking? Or what are you saying no to? Oh, yeah. Resistance and hustle. Yeah. You're like, no, I'm not going to resist an opportunity. You're able to get a financial opportunity or you're able to work, things like that. So you're like, no, I'm not gonna block that out. Okay. Why does somebody want you to worry here? If you worry, then what do? You change. Yeah, don't change. Okay. Because I feel like right now, if you're coming out as ambition and knowledge and mood, you already know. It's like I'm not trying to say there's nothing for me to tell you or teach you. Just don't change what you're currently working on or what you're currently doing. Like those of you with children, of course, you're taught like, oh, what about the kids and things like that. The bottom line is the kids, you need money for the kids, okay? You gotta work. You gotta do something to get the kids, things like that. Like keep being ambitious, keep focusing on what you're focusing on. Or so somebody wants you to worry though, and they want you to change. What else are you doing? What are you currently doing? What do they want you to change about yourself? Let's just make sure it's nothing. Yeah, you're focused. You're very determined. You're focused. What do they want? Yeah, what do they want you to change this into? You have like a certain goal. Power, love, and then there's your intuition. It's like somebody wants to manipulate your intuition. What is your intuition telling you here? Because they're coming out as knowledge. So this was that Capricorn energy. I just said that in the Capricorn reading, that a Capricorn may have said something to you to get you to change your perspective. If you do not know a Capricorn, how do I want to explain it? If you don't know a Capricorn, Cancer is a Capricorn's opposite energy, right? So somebody's like, no, don't go down that path. Don't do that. Don't do that the opposite way of what I'm doing. But right now you're very focused, or you're ambitious. You have the knowledge to do what you need to do. You're like, yeah, I'm not going to block out an opportunity to get, money, or I'm not going to block out my work, things like that. It could very well be a Capricorn here. Somebody wants you to feel worried or anxious. Capricorn energy is also Saturn rules. So those are traditions, rules, regulations. What is the moon card here real quick? What's the moon? Yeah, defiance and pride. Okay. What's the outcome for you, Sagittarius? Let's see. What's the outcome for you? Intuition. All right, so that's a great, I like to leave it there. You're right on point. Okay, so intuition, controlling, and your emotions. So you know to control your emotions. All right, that's why we have knowledge and mood. If you know that something makes you emotional, you're going into a scenario knowing that. Do not allow, because we have ambition, hustle. Don't allow your emotions to like block out a decision financially, or block out an opportunity financially, okay? So you already know that. You know that you have to control your emotions. Yeah, that is going to be the solution for you, okay? So you're gonna, to do that. All right, that was pretty clear. If I ended on intuition, I'm not gonna, do too much more. That's kind of like my confirmation card. I like that card the best for me. But yeah, so anything emotional, things like that, don't let somebody distract you and all that. So okay, Scorpio is next. I know somebody had asked about Scorpio. We're going backwards if you're just now joining. All right, let's see, Scorpios. All right, what is the situation surrounding the Scorpios? What's the situation surrounding the Scorpios? Oh, hold on. We got to do the TikTok puzzle real quick. I've been on here for an hour. Okay, there we go. All right, what's the situation for the Scorpios? Let's see. Okay, truth. All right, so if we see truth, we're going to see the truth about a situation. So let's see, truth about what? Truth about what here? Ooh, excuse me. Okay, truth about order. All right, so this is about maybe getting something. Maybe something needs to be organized, or making sure. Like if this is on an everyday level, I would make sure, you know, your house is clean, your car is clean, things like that. Make sure you got things organized. But if this is like in the order in which things are done, we're going to see the truth about the order in which things occurred. All right, so what was put first here? I'm also getting to the truth about like what you put first and how that leads to like the outcome in a scenario, right? So like if you're putting emotions first, then you're gonna move off of emotions. If you're putting like your finances first, then you may be more financially stable. If you're gonna put, you know, yourself first, then you're gonna have to deal with, okay, maybe you're coming off like selfish and you're not considering other people, so on and so forth. So, but this is the truth about the order in which things occurred or the effect that the order has on the outcome. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Hi, welcome. Thank you. All right, so let's see. What? Let me hide it. You don't got, no, don't listen to them. They don't have 5K. Somebody said pay a 5K for the first person that DM them. I don't know why it be so many crazy trolls in the tarot lives on TikTok, but anyway, all right, so the truth about order. What is being put first here, Scorpios? What was put first here? Okay, defiance. All right, so right out the gate, somebody's like, I have to defend myself. I have to go against the grain. That's just point blank, period. Like, I have to stand up for myself. So if you're going into a situation, it's like in your mind, you're like, nah, you're already off the bat. Like, I'm not listening. I'm not fucking with it. I'm all right, what are you defiant against? Let's see. What are you defiant against here? Okay, potential. Okay. We got inspiration and humor. Okay, so you're like, no, that's not funny. Like right off the bat, you're just like, no, that's not funny. I don't enjoy that. I don't like that. Or something along those lines. Okay, let's see. What effect did that have by starting off defiant? What was the outcome? Okay, transition to what? So right off the bat, you're like, no, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to deal with this. I don't like this. Something like that. Okay, transition to what? And then we'll see what role you play. Okay, fight. Okay, so this could literally lead to an argument. Like if you're going into something like, fuck it, I don't agree with this. And of course, if you're going into it like that, then yeah, it's going to be like an actual argument, disagreement. If this is... I feel like, too, it leads to, like, a distraction. Something leads to a distraction. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. No, I haven't seen the Skeleton Key movie. All right, what role do you play here, Scorpios? So see the truth about being defiant. It's going to lead to an argument, fight, or a distraction. Okay, so right now your sexuality. So right now you're in the midst of making a decision. You could be partnered up with somebody here. All right, this could be literally like somebody you're sexually attracted to, dating, things like that. But I feel like you're in the midst of making a decision. Oh, you're the person in the Pisces reading. So if there's any Pisces that are still watching, maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio. Scorpio, if you're dealing with a Pisces, you're not listening to them or something like that. Okay, what energy should you be in here, Scorpios? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. What energy should you be in here, Scorpios? Guidance. Yeah, you're the one that you're not listening. You're kind of already going into something like, yeah, I'm not listening. Like off the bat, okay. All right, so who are you guided by in your reading, if not the Pisces? But who should you listen to? Or what energy should you be guided by here? Okay, first of all, your own intuition. I'm getting, if you're watching this, you should listen to this. If you're watching this, Scorpio, you're kind of already going into the reading like, okay, she don't know what she's talking about. Readers don't know what they're talking about. Readers aren't real, or you don't know me, or you know, things like that. People try to argue with me, but I don't care. But be guided by your own instincts, be guided by your own intuition. If you're watching this, the truth about a scenario, if you go into something automatically going against it, automatically wanting to go against the grain, it is going to turn to a fight or a distraction or an argument. That is the basis of your reading. What else might your intuition tell you here, or your gut instincts tell you? Yeah, leadership. So, yeah, leadership, courage, dominance, innovation. And then you. Somebody's making you. Okay. Somebody's trying to get you to start focusing on money or make a better. Somebody's trying to get you to go make a better opportunity financially. That is what they're trying to transition you into doing. All right, let's clarify. You got leadership, though. Let me get 8 cards. You want to know if somebody's cheating on you? You got to do personal questions, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't tell you right now. This is general. All right, let's see, Scorpios. Let me get 8 cards. I was going to say something wild, but I don't want to give that response, honestly. I don't want to give that response. I don't know. All right, let's see, because it could be anything. I ain't going to do that. All right, let me get 8 cards. Let me get 8 cards here. All right, so you got the 3 of Wands. Yeah, there's the 5 of Wands right there. You're getting distracted already. You're conflicted. You're distracted already. You're allowing distractions outweigh something else. You got 3 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the Fool, the King of Swords, and then you have the 3 of Cups. You're not... Now, I don't know if you're dealing with a Sag. They just came out as ambition. This is 8 of Pentacles right here. It's like you're already ready to argue, or you're already ready to... Let's see, what's the Fool card? What's the Fool? What's the Fool here? And we're going to see what the distraction or the argument is about. Okay, you got spirituality. So Aquarius's advice was to be in spirituality. What element are you missing, Scorpio? Okay, yeah, passion. You're like misdirected. You're misguided right now. You don't... I feel like, too, you're missing like drive. You're missing ambition. What are you conflicted with? What are you distracted by or conflicted by? Conflicted with? Dominance. You want... It's like you want full control. Okay, dominance over what? You're distracted by having control. Okay, over yourself. This is you. If you're in a partnership or a relationship, you're distracted by wanting control over how the relationship is going. That could be why you're not in guidance. That's why you're not open to listening. Ooh, thank you. Thank you. But that could be why you're not open to listening, because you want to control how the relationship is going. I'm also getting too, if it is literally like sex, you don't have any passion or desire for that person. What's controlling your decision? It's like the thing that's distracting you is controlling your decision or controlling you. What's the most dominant energy here? The Sagittarius. You're letting, or I'm sorry, let me slow down. The Pisces came out as this. I don't know if it's a Sag or Pisces. Y'all pick. Whoever you dealing with is either a Sag or a Pisces. It's like controlling your decisions. Because Sag, in their reading, they didn't come out as angels. So I'm going to assume it's a Pisces controlling your decisions, but you don't have any desire for something. What don't you desire in your current decision making or in this scenario here? What don't you desire? You're like, I don't really want that, or I don't really want to do that. Maybe it is a Sagittarius controlling you or something. Yeah, you don't want to do something out of love. You got love, mystery, and power. I feel like you don't desire, like, to put energy into something. It's like a Sag controlling something. What are you doing out of love here? Or what would you be doing out of love? I feel like that's why you're... Yeah, you need to... That's what I'm saying. So, you need to see the truth about this because you put connecting. Hold on, we gotta wait a second, because if it freezes like that, then let me turn off the Wi-Fi. Hold on. I feel like too, if it is about passion or something, this person can control their choices or control like their impulses. Why are you defiant in the first place? What is the rule, or what are you supposed to do? It's like you're going into it already like, no, I hate that. I'm going to go against that. It's like, what are you going against in the beginning? You're already going against something. Yeah, it could be a Taurus. Or you're already going, or you're going into something like, I don't respect that. I have no respect for that. I don't care about that. I'm not going to follow this rule. I'm not going to follow this regulation. I have no, like, that's how you're going into it. Let's see. What are you being asked to do, or what's the standard? What is the rule here? It's like you hate something off the bat. Like as soon as it... Thank you for the compliment, Serene. Did I read that right? Yeah, you don't... It's like, no, I don't want to partner up. Whoever you're partnered with, you automatically... It's like you hate the person that you're dating or with, or... What? Literally, I don't know what. It's literally, there's two people here. You're like, nah, fuck that. I hate that. You're automatically, as soon as you go into something, or you're like, no, I don't want to work with people. I hate working with people, or I hate that person, or it's like as soon, it's like as soon as, it's not funny, but it's like as soon as somebody talking, you like, nah, fuck that. I'm not listening to that. I don't agree with that. I don't like that. I don't like that person. I'm not in love. I don't like, this is what you're doing. You already had your mind made up that you're going to go against something. What is the, what's the judgment? It's like, why are you even in the scenario or something? What's the judgment? We got to figure out what you need to put first. Yeah, so now somebody's speaking up for themselves. They're saying something and you just automatically, you're ignoring it, or you don't. What don't you like about what somebody is saying? And then we're going to see what you need to put first. Because this is, I'm like, what? You got resistance, personality, and voice. And strength. So somebody's not, it's like somebody's like, no, I'm not going to say that. You just kind of hate somebody already. What should you put first, Scorpio? What should you put first for yourself? Because this doesn't even... What should you put first, Scorpio? You got humor, self-love, guidance. This is what I'm saying. It's like you're being guided by, like, hate, or, like... Why are you around... Literally, this is... You put hate first. Or you put envy or jealousy or spite. Like, this is what you're putting first. So why are you in, like, okay, I'm trying to get to the root of this for you. So why are you in a situation that you dislike, or you want to completely disrespect that person? Why are you in that scenario, or why are you around that? I'm being like, it's either a Taurus, Pisces, or a Sagittarius. So why are you in this situation? Why are you here? Yeah, perspective. Exactly. What's your perspective on this scenario that you're in? Or like, you got fluidity. What should be your new perspective to kind of help you get a better outcome? Because you like, you hate. Yeah, okay, so you need courage. Courage to do what? Because you like hate something. Potential. This is what you're going against. So this is the thing that you're going against. You maybe don't believe something has a potential to grow or evolve, and you're automatically like, no, I hate that. Or it's like, why are you there? It's not funny, but I don't really, okay, what does something have the potential to grow into? You got rebellion, style, and knowledge. So Sagittarius had these energies. They know that they're supposed to focus on their career. They know that they're not supposed to lead with their emotions. Yeah, they know, this person knows to focus on it. They already know what to focus on. They already know to focus on their opportunities. If you are dealing with Sag, like somebody already knows that. Okay, what's the outcome for Scorpios? Let's see. What's the outcome for the Scorpios? Yeah, hustle. There's an opportunity, but it's like you don't want to take it, or you don't believe in it. Where would this opportunity come from? It's like you just don't even believe it can happen, or you hate it out the gate, or maybe somebody can help you and you hate them. It's like humor causes you to be embarrassed or to get, it's like you're distracted for no reason. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. That's actually confusing. I'm not going to lie. That was interesting. Okay. But that's what you put first, was like, no, I'm going to go against this. I hate this, blah, blah, blah. Like out the gate. Okay. Okay. Libra is next. Let me timestamp it. If you're watching on any of the other platforms, it'll be timestamped up on my YouTube. Says somebody wants you to share your story. Oh yeah, I don't know. It depends. I don't put all my stories. If I would have put my stories online, I'd be rich years ago. Trust me. There's a reason I don't. I give some stories, but I don't be putting them all out there. It depends. I don't know. I don't share my stories. Oh, your ancestors. I don't share all my stories because I don't need nobody coming out the woodwork talking about, I know Aisha, gee, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. No, I have a lot of stories. I might put it in a book. All right, so let's see. We got the weirdos here on YouTube. They always come out late at night. I do want to preface, I'm not new to streaming. I just restarted. So the trolls, you guys aren't saying anything new that I didn't hear before. All right, Libras. What's the energy surrounding the Libras? Energy surrounding the Libras. Okay, passion, something that you desire, something that you're going to be ambitious about, things like that. Let's see, what role do you play here, Libras? What role do you play? Okay, respect. You might be the person that the Scorpio is going against. I don't know, but You have respect for a certain scenario. You have a certain standard, a certain regulation. All right, what do you have respect for? You have like a certain loyalty to something. What do you have respect for? What is your standard here? Let's see. Okay, perspective. Now, you literally may have respect for somebody's attitude towards something, somebody's perspective. You may be like, no, this is my rule. This is how I view things all the time. Okay, perspective on what here? So you respect where somebody's coming from. You respect somebody's point of view. All right, perspective on what? Okay, guidance. All right, now this could be the Scorpio reading, but okay. You're like, yeah, they should listen. Okay. Let's see. What energy should you be in, Libras? What other energy should you be in? Okay, inspiration. You got Aquarius energy. So you may need to inspire somebody. Okay, that's why the center of the reading is passion. Who do you need to inspire here? All right, courage and dominance. Okay. To control their focus. You have to inspire somebody to control what they're focused on. They need to focus their vision. Okay, they need to stay on their goal. All right, so it could be a Sagittarius or a Pisces. You're gonna inspire somebody to stay focused on their goal here, because I feel like you respect how somebody views something. You're like, yeah, that's a good vision. That's a good goal to have. So this person could have had good ideas before, things like that. Like, you're going to be like, yeah, I feel you on that, or pretty much. What are you going to do to inspire this person? Let's see. Let's see. What are you going to do to inspire this person here? Okay, resist what? You're going to resist hustle and confidence. And fight. Let me get one more. An angel. All right, maybe you're not going to fight with the person. Maybe you're not going to distract the person because you respect where they're coming from, or you respect what they're working towards. Okay. Maybe you're like, yeah, that person's working, or they're... All right, we're gonna clarify it. I'm also getting there's something about a Capricorn and a Pisces arguing, but I'm not going to go too much into that. All right, so let's see. You're just like, yeah, I respect your decision. I respect how you view this. Okay, you got the Six of Swords. All right, the High Priestess. So I feel like that's why you respect somebody's guidance. They're using their intuition, follow their intuition. All right, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Four of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, yeah, and then the Page of Cups. So that leads back to the Sag reading. They know that they're supposed to be focused on working. They're not supposed to be tricked into worrying about a Cancer, or worrying about what path they're on, or what, maybe worrying about children, things like that. That's what they're supposed to do. I feel like you visibly can see that somebody is following their intuition. They're making, typically if you're following your intuition, that means you're making a good decision. Hi, welcome. We don't do the free questions. We're doing them general, but I do $5 Cash App questions. All right, so what does the High Priestess know to do? What is their intuition telling them? So they're just doing something intuitive. All right, spirituality. Now this could have something to do with the Aquarius reading. All right, maybe you're like, maybe an Aquarius. You're like, yeah, they do need to be more spiritual or something like that, or... it's just as simple as I'm doing spiritual readings right now. I mean, I don't know. It's very, spirituality, personality, and truth. It's just a part, like me, it's just a part of my personality. That's, maybe you're like, okay, everybody has different roles. Everybody has different positions. You're like, this person's very intuitive, blah, blah, blah. It could also be like some people... I know a lot of people don't really believe in like zodiac signs and things like that, but like once you really get into it, you can see different elements, or you can see like, okay, yeah, Libra does like this, Libra acts like this, is this Libra's habit, blah, blah, blah. So it could be something like that as well. Let's see what else. Well, because the Seven of Swords is here, so it looks like there's supposed to be some manipulation. This person intuitively knows that there's manipulation. That is why you respect their perspective. So out the gate, they're like, yeah, this is manipulated, or this is to get you to think this, that, and the third. You know that they may have given you that advice before. All right, what is the intention here with the Seven of Swords? Because something's manipulated, or something's fake, or something like that, or a copy. What is the Seven of Swords intentions? Yeah, to manipulate, literally. Innovation. Their intention is just to manipulate. That is all. That is all something is. That's the only purpose something serves, is manipulation. Okay, what are they trying to manipulate? I'm assuming this person, if we're talking about intuition, the entire purpose is to manipulate something. Okay, inspiration. Somebody could be trying to manipulate an Aquarius. So I'm going to tie this in. I'm going to tie this together. So Libra, if you know an Aquarius, their advice was spirituality. So maybe they needed a reading to know that somebody's trying to manipulate them. I'm also getting to, because passion is the center of it, somebody's trying to manipulate a situation to inspire a certain action, right? So I'm gonna manipulate you to get you to do this, that, and the third. Or somebody could just flat out be trying to, okay, you got humor and rebellion. Somebody also is trying to make somebody feel insecure or isolated or weird. That's what's going on. What would be the result of the manipulation? Like, what would somebody do here? What the Scorpio is doing, sexuality. This could literally be sex. Like, somebody just trying to manipulate somebody into having sex, or somebody could be trying to manipulate a situation and make it sexual, right? Like, whenever I do readings on YouTube, there's always like bots or men who come in and they'll make it sexual on purpose, because I'm giving like an actual reading, but you know, the real ones know what the situation is. So it's something like that. It's like they're trying to turn something sexual because it's good advice or because it's helpful. Or if this is a relationship thing or a sex thing, that could be why you have respect for a perspective, because you're like, wait, let me get advice. Or I feel like the outcome is somebody wants sex. That's probably what it is. Or they're trying to manipulate somebody's decisions. If there's no sex involved, it's just trying to manipulate somebody's decisions. Or somebody's trying to manipulate that Scorpio. Or maybe even trying to manipulate the opposite sex, the opposite gender. This is pretty straightforward. So what the intuition is here. So what is this person's perspective? Because you have respect for it. So how do they view a scenario? I feel like they just know something's manipulated. That's what it is. Yeah, resilience. So I feel like this person, they've already been through this before. They can already handle it. What is this person? I feel like also somebody knows that something is manipulated to make it difficult. It's to do that on purpose, right? So it's like, say you get a new job. We're going to give you an assignment. We didn't give you any instructions. We're manipulating it to be difficult. Or like when I was an auditor, being an auditor was it was the easiest job in the world, but you had losers that worked there. They had to manipulate it into being difficult. It's for no reason. Like it's something like that. That's the point. It's literally to create a hard time or to make something difficult on purpose. That's not. What is this person able to handle? I feel like they've already been through it before. They already dealt with it. All right, so there's the style energy. Yeah, passion and hustle. And then finesse. So it's like they desire their abundance with hustle, or they have a desire for a certain opportunity. So that's why the manipulation doesn't work. It's like, okay, well, I'm focused on this opportunity, so that doesn't really matter. I feel like in this scenario, if somebody's trying to manipulate you into being like emotional, this is not a time to be emotional. Or if somebody's trying to get you to, and I note this as children a lot, the Page of Cups and Cancer energy. because that's what they rule. Like Virgo is the mother, Cancer to me is like the babies and things like that. I feel like you're not that all cancers are babies. That's not what it means, but it's just like if you have children or something like that, you know, and you're a woman, people want to make you feel guilty about being a mom, or you know, it's manipulation, or somebody could be using the kid against you, or what else? What other area of life is this? What else does this have to deal with here? Order. Okay, so okay, maybe putting your kids first, put your emotions first. Like somebody's manipulating how you put something first, or what you decide to do. What are you supposed to put first, or what are you taught to put first? Because I feel like that's not, somebody's like, oh, there's an order to things and blah, blah, blah. Resistance? Okay, what are you supposed to be resisting first? You're supposed to resist something? You're supposed to resist peace or sleeping or rest? What? Being at peace with what? You're supposed to resist sleeping or resting? Yeah, oh, yeah, mood. Like, it's like, no, you're not supposed, so you're not supposed to feel guilty. You're not supposed to feel ashamed. You're not supposed to, but you do, you need to feel that so that you fix the issue. You need to feel that. You shouldn't be, yeah, intuition, knowledge again, leadership and focus. That's, yeah, to get a second chance. This is the same thing. All right, what's the outcome for you, Libras? And then we're going to do Virgo next. We're going backwards, y'all. These are general. You can do a $5 Cash App question. What's the outcome for the Libras? All right, personality. What part of personality is going to be noticed here? Okay, versatility. So, yeah, this, it looks, yeah. It's about a woman, about feminine energy. All right. All right, so that was Libra. Okay, Virgo is next. Let me get the timestamp. If you're watching on TikTok, this is going to be up on my YouTube timestamped. All right, you can go back and watch for your sign. And if you're on Kick, I think it's saved on Kick. But it won't be timestamped on there. But you can watch it on there if you want to watch all of it. All right, Virgos. Let's see, Virgos. You know what I be wondering too? I be like, are the trolls people that I know that are like haters, or are they just losers? Like, I really be wondering that. I be wondering that. Like, is this somebody that I don't like in real life that's bothering me, or are you just that bored that you gotta bother a stranger? You might as well make a clip page while you do that and get some money or something. People's eyes do not be on the prize. All right, Virgos. Welcome. What's the situation surrounding the Virgos? Let's see. What's the situation surrounding the Virgos? Okay, passion, the same thing as Libra. All right, so desires, passion. Let's see. What role do you play here, Virgo? Thank you for the follow on TikTok. What role do you play here, Virgos? Okay, mystery. All right, so you're hiding. Either you're hiding or you're confused, but I feel like you're hiding or you're keeping a secret. Now, when I typically get this card, these readings will be quick when I get this card because I do not like to say it out loud, I guess, what you're hiding, because people will you know, cross watch for other signs. So if you're actually keeping a secret, it could be something serious that you really need to keep to yourself. But before I ask what the mystery is, what other energy should you be in here, Virgos? What other energy should you be in, Virgos? Oh, okay. So you shouldn't hide it. Okay, personality. Okay, so I feel like something that you're hiding, you shouldn't hide it. Okay, let's see. We'll see what it is. What are you hiding? What is the mystery? Passion is there, so I guess it's something that somebody you're attracted to or something like that. But what are you hiding? Okay. Okay. Okay, why? Why are you hiding that? What do you, okay, because it's something that you see. Okay, what do you see? What do you notice? Transition. So when you talk about this thing, you feel like something changes. What is the starting point? And then we'll see what it transitions to. What is the starting point? And what does it transition to? Oh, okay. So you feel like, okay, innovation, change, and then mystery again. Okay, so you feel like if you let this information out, you feel like somebody's able to manipulate a scenario. You feel like something is manipulated. Okay, what's blocked out when it's hidden? And you feel like people can use this information to manipulate you. Yeah, see, when it's hidden personality, I feel like you don't get to be yourself. What part of your personality don't you get to show? Hustle? I feel like, okay, it looks like, okay, I feel like you're hiding I'm going to just say it, you're either hiding a Libra or you're hiding, if you're not hiding a Libra, you're hiding a certain skill set that you have. But it's blocking out the part of your personality where you're able to make money or generate money from this. Let's get cards. I don't know. I guess you might be dating a Libra. Maybe I told on y'all. I don't know. Sorry. Or you're hiding. I'm just playing. Or you're hiding like a skill set or something. Oh, okay. Because you feel like it allows somebody to manipulate you or manipulate the situation. Now, the Seven of Cups, maybe you're confused. I said that in the beginning with mystery. Okay, so the Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, the Three of Swords. All right, Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Emperor, the Hangman. So I feel like you need a different perspective of yourself or of your personality. You're looking in the wrong direction as well. What are you looking for with the Seven of Cups? You're looking for something. You're trying to figure it out. You could be confused. You're looking for self-love. The result that you want is to feel comfortable or confident within yourself. And you're like hiding a part of yourself. You're looking in the wrong direction. Where are you looking for this at? Or you feel like something will give you self-love? Where are you looking for this at? Okay, luck. You want basically you want another opportunity or another chance to put yourself first. What is the Five of Cups? What do you regret here? Okay, resisting what? So I feel like you resisted doing something out of self-love or resisting respect. That's the Libra. If you're dealing with a Libra, you resisted this Libra. You regret doing that. Yeah, respect, mood. There's something that you're ashamed of, or that you, what is that? Or that you feel bad about. What were you supposed to have respect for? Or like you resisted some sort of rules, regulations? What's the dominant energy? It's like you're confused, or you're looking in the wrong place or something. What is the Queen of Wands? Okay, intuition. What does their intuition know here? The truth about peace and love. Let's see. I don't know. Their intuition, I mean, somebody's intuition knows what's going on, but it's like, I don't know, maybe you don't realize what your peace and love could be like. You don't realize what you're doing out of love for another individual, and you keep hiding something. Let's see. What are you hiding here, Virgo? This is okay. What is this? There's something new that you don't want. What is the new thing? You're like bored, or what is this? I don't know. Okay. Basically it looks like you're bored, or this person intuitively knew to do something or to say something in this scenario. What did their intuition tell them to do or say here? Because it's... All right, the Temperance. It's a Sagittarius. I don't know. Maybe their intuition told them to have patience. I don't know if you had a conversation with the Sagittarius. What is your energy with the Sagittarius? Or what is their role here? Or order? What did you put first with this person? Or what did you put first with them? Or something? Hey, fluidity. I'm getting kind of confused, even though intuition came out. Long story short, it's like you're hiding a piece of yourself because you feel like you get manipulated. This could be like, maybe you don't want to be vulnerable. You want another chance to show up as yourself. What would you do out of self-love here? And you don't get to do that. Yet the thing that you want to do out of self-love, you feel isolated, or you feel like you're the only one. You're worried that you won't fit in. What feels different about you? Like, I'm trying to figure out what it is. What feels different about you, or why do you feel singled out? Or yeah, perspective. Okay, and humor. So it could be perspective of what you like, because right now you're hiding the fact that I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you're hiding the fact that you're bored. Something that you enjoy or that you like, you feel like you'll be judged. I feel like too, you have a certain perspective on the community, and you're like, I don't want to feel left out. I want to be included in this community. Okay, what would make you happy? What do you enjoy? I'm trying to get to the root of it for you. What would you actually enjoy or be happy with? Or okay, yeah, hustle. That's what so it's like, okay, this is the thing. The part of you that's hiding, you would actually be happy making money with somebody, or teamed up with somebody, or you would be happy with this opportunity. But you're not. Okay, so maybe there's something wrong with this person, What, like what, or there's some, what's wrong? What do you feel like is wrong here? Or passion. Literally, I feel like it's what you desire, what you're attracted to, what you desire. Maybe you're like, I shouldn't focus on getting money so much, but that's kind of what you desire right now. What is this that you're getting? That it's like this thing you don't want. What is this? I don't know if it's a person or not, but what is that you don't want? If you're confused, right, the solution is money. I feel like for some of you, it could be a Cancer. Literally, you don't want to have sex with a Cancer, or you don't want to. It's like it could be a Cancer Scorpio. Like you don't want to have sex with them, or you don't want to be with that Cancer, or you don't want. It's something you don't want. Who is this? Virgo? Okay. All right. If you're wondering, I feel like the root of the issue is maybe you need to go after more money. Maybe you need to be more. I don't. Maybe they got a child. Maybe you're dating somebody. They got a kid. I don't know. What's the? All right. What's the outcome, or what other energy should you be in, Virgos? What? Yeah, courage. Because what are you afraid of? Okay, maybe emotions. Maybe you feel like you'll get too emotionally tied. All right, what's the outcome? What's the outcome for the Virgos? You said the solution is money, but God wants to bring everything else. Y'all gotta get your own money. All right, if God was giving out money, it would be the evil people would not have so much. I don't know if that's where, I don't think that's where they're getting the money from. All right, what's the outcome? But that's another story for another time. What's the outcome for the Virgos? Yeah, knowledge, focus, yeah, innovation and emotions. So I feel like there's something going on where your emotions are trumping something. All right. That was Virgo. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to write my little notes and then take a little intermission. I've been on here for a long time. Not a long intermission. Hold on one second. All right. Hold on one second. Thank y'all for watching. Hold on 1 minute. We're going to take a little a break. Hold on. Ooh, that's very bright in my face. Hold on. All right, we are back. We're back. We are about to, oh, my hand's still wet. All right, so Leo is up next. If you're watching on any other platforms, this will be saved up on YouTube. Let's see here. Let's plug that in. All right. Leo. They said, do you people know the covens of these zodiacs before you? People are so funny, bro. It be so much stuff that's online, but they attack tarot. I don't know why. It's like people be on here drinking, smoking, fucking, but you mad at me. All right, Leos. Let's do Leos next. Let's see. That shit really be funny. All right, Leos. What's the situation for the Leos? I'm unmuted everywhere, right? Y'all can hear me? All right. Let me know if you can't. All right, what's the situation for the Leos? Okay, humor. All right, literally something funny, something ironic. This could also be like indulgences, fantasies, things like that. So make sure, you don't want to have overindulgence and whatnot. But humor. All right, what's funny? What are we enjoying here? Let's see. Okay, guidance. Okay, this is interesting. So I told y'all earlier, I did a reading for myself. Do not be guided by humor. All right, don't be guided by like a fantasy or like, okay, don't be guided by, okay, everything has to be happy all the time, or like this can be an unrealistic sort of standard of happiness if you're guided by humor. So I just want to make, I want to throw that out there, just to put it out there. Don't overindulge, don't things like that. But let's see, but humor and guidance. What role do you play here, Leos? You said meth. Meth is not really a drug typically of my people. Unless they are, never mind, I don't want to say that. I ain't going to say that. But that's not something we typically partake in. All right, so let's see. What role do you play here, Leos? Okay, healing. Okay, yeah. So if you're guided by like a overindulgence, like, okay, I'm drinking a lot, eating a lot, smoking a lot, that could be what you're trying to fix. All right, but let's see what you're healing. What was the issue? Let's see. Or you're guided by like maybe a fantasy that you believed in. All right, but what is the issue here that we're healing? Okay, so we got skills. I feel like if you're not dealing with a Libra, it's the causes and effects of something, right? So the effects of, doing something too much, the effects of overindulgences, or this could be a scenario with a Libra. All right, what is it being healed into? And then we'll see what you're doing to heal it. Okay, yeah, determination, focus. All right, so you're healing your focus. You're trying to make sure you're focused on the right things. What was distracting you with humor? It could be anything. Okay, it could literally be sexuality. Could have been a Scorpio. They came out of sexuality. Who is this? Leo. All right, so it could have been a Scorpio that was, you're having sex with them, or literally like sex, dating. What are you doing to heal this? And then we'll see what you're going to learn to focus on here. Okay, inspiration. You could have been inspired to change this because of the effect, how it happened. Or it could be a literal literal Libra or an Aquarius. Okay, so what are you focusing on? What are you learning to focus on here, Leos? And then we'll see what other energy. Sexuality. Wait, okay, so you're going to see the truth. Okay, I was like, wait, what? So you're going to see the truth about what you were focused on before. Either it's a Scorpio or it's literal sex. or relationships, dating, romance. Maybe you're not focused on yourself. You're going to see the truth about this. Okay. So what's the truth about this sexuality energy? What's the truth about this? Yeah, mood. It changes. You're guided by humor. So this is the thing. You could be guided by... There's a couple ways I could read this, and I'm going to say all the ways I can read it, right? If you're guided by humor, right, emotions change. If you're like, okay, you know, sex feels good. You can't go have sex all day. Like, life goes on. You have to go do other things. Or, you know, you may have a fantasy about, like, a certain relationship. And the reality of relationships is its ebbs and flows. People are human. You know, a relationship's not always going to stay the same. I feel like there could be also a regretful decision. If this is the person themselves, you may realize that they did not like this or enjoy this, or they didn't agree to do this, or they're not with it. Yeah, I feel like you're focused on the wrong things. What did this cause, or what was the regret here? There's like a loss or a regret. All right, Sagittarius or a Pisces came out. Yeah, it's either you and a Sag or you and a Pisces. If this is sexual, it's like maybe that person didn't want sex. Oh. I feel like the other person didn't agree, or the other person doesn't like it. What did the Sag do? What did the Angel card do or something? Okay, yeah, their ambition. They're focused on their work. So, all right, this is the thing. If you're focused on somebody else or another relationship, they're focused on their work. They're focused on their career. And there's not, I don't... Okay. Yeah, you need to, yeah, you got to refocus what you're doing. Hi, y'all. These are general, just so you know. Shout out to Arizona. Let's get 8 cards. So you're healing your focus. You were focused on the wrong things. Okay, you got the Chariot, the King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant, the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Cups. Yeah, the 5 of Cups. There's the regret. There's the sadness. Yeah, 777 is out. I feel like whenever I get 777, that to me can be a warning. Like, keep moving forward. This wasn't where you were supposed to stop. This wasn't a good idea. Gosh, okay. What was the intended outcome here, Leos? What's the intended outcome? Oh, to change something? Okay. What was this? Yeah, oh, 555. You got 555 and 777. Yeah, this wasn't... Okay, what was the scenario? What was the current state? It was already blocked. Yeah, defense. Something's already blocked out. Somebody's already saying no to whatever this scenario is. So I feel like that's why it's a guided... I feel like that's why you're guided by like a fantasy. Somebody already said no, or it was no from the get-go. It's already blocked out. What was somebody saying no to in this scenario? Ambition and truth. So I feel like you're going to see the truth about ambition. The Sag came out as ambition. So if this is about a relationship, it's sex, dating. Excuse me. They're already like, no, I'm not changing this. I'm focused on work. What was it supposed to change into? Yeah, rebellion. It's like you want somebody to go against the grain, or so why did this not change? What stopped this from changing? That's your intention, or that's what you wanted to occur. Why didn't this change or switch up? It's a distraction, fight, because it already conflicted with whatever somebody's set standard was. So if you're wondering, because you're already healing in your focus, right? If you went through this, that is because it was a distraction for you. Maybe you weren't supposed to do that. It wasn't good for you or something like that. It's already a distraction. What was the rule and regulation here that we were kind of going against? It's like something was already set in stone. Voice. Somebody already said it. I feel like it was voiced. I feel like it was literally said out loud, or either somebody's like, don't talk about that. Don't bring that up. Don't say that. Or they literally told you, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Don't. It's something that was very vocal. All right. What other energy should you be in, Leos? All right. Luck. Okay. So this is just how something is going. What do you have the opportunity to do for yourself now? All right. Yeah. Intuition and confidence. All right. So you're fine. I feel like if this is about also like literal health, you do have a second chance to heal, heal your health and things like that. So you're going to make sure that you focus on that. Okay, what is the outcome for you? We're doing it by sign, and this is up on my YouTube, just so you know. So you'll be able to click the timestamp. What's the outcome for you, Leos? Change, superstition, and order. So you should be concerned. I feel like you're going into something like a little too optimistic or a little too much in a fantasy land a little bit. What should you start to be concerned about? Like, you're like, okay, let me actually pay more attention to this, or, yeah, leadership, knowledge, perspective, and resilience. So I feel like you need to actually, change your focus. You have the major signs that came out as a Chariot and the Hierophant, so Cancer, Taurus. All right. That was Leo. All right, Cancers. Y'all been coming out a few times. All right, what is the situation for my Cancers here? What's the situation for the Cancers? All right, focus, determination. You came out in a sad reading. They were not supposed to get distracted. They were supposed to focus. Okay, what role do you play here, Cancers? Okay, resistance. What are you resisting? You're resisting fluidity. You don't want to go with the flow. You don't want to, you got resistance again, and then strength. Okay. What energy should you be in here, Cancers? You're like, no, I don't really want to go with the flow or something like that. All right, what other energy should you be in, Cancers? Okay, peace. So if you're wondering, it's a good time for you to take a nap, rest. I wouldn't, this isn't a good time to speak out on something. If you're worried, you don't need to be worried. There's nothing that you need to be worried about. What do you need to be at peace with here? I feel like too, this is focus. So if you're overly focused on something, take a break, take a step away, take a step back. What do you need to be at peace with here, Cancers? Yeah, I don't think, yeah, voice. You don't, there's nothing you need to say. Or if somebody's telling you something, just listen. What do you normally want to talk about? What do you normally want to say here? Rest yourself or be at peace with the fact, with whatever somebody's talking about. I got sexuality, rebellion, personality. If it's Scorpio, I wouldn't talk to the Scorpio. You don't need to say anything to the Scorpio. You don't need to bring anything up. All right, your reading is pretty straightforward. I'm going to get more cards. But yeah, just rest yourself. Try to calm down. If you're like, no, I got to say something. Like, I don't think you should say anything. Or if somebody's telling you something specifically, I would just go ahead and listen to that. Like they're telling you specifically. There's nothing else to say to it. I got the 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, a Fool. All right, so I see like somebody going and getting into a new opportunity. That's their goal. Yeah, somebody's like, okay, I have a second chance to go to this opportunity. Literally, that is what I'm seeing. All right, you're going, there's an observation there. So yeah, it's like, yep, I observed that I have this ability to go do this opportunity again. Let's see what the Fool card is real quick. What's the Fool card? And then we'll see what the Wheel of Fortune is too. Okay, yeah, guidance. What is this person being guided by in this scenario? Because I don't think they're being guided by... okay, superstition. In this case, they should be thinking about something. What are they concerned about? They're actually considering a scenario. I got spirituality, inspiration, and humor. I just told Aquarius that they need to be spiritual in their reading. But I'm also getting that they're like, well, you don't want to believe in like a fantasy. We have to focus on reality here. Because the 10 of Pentacles to me is like, this is something tangible. Pentacles are something you can touch. You know, something that you're actually using. Yeah, healing perspective. Okay, let's see. What's the Wheel of Fortune? What do they have the opportunity to do? Okay, sexuality, mystery, and fight. All right, so this could be the Virgo and the Scorpio hiding something, or there's a distraction, but they're like, yeah, I'm not going to get distracted. I'm not going to worry about it. So they're like, okay, I'm going to focus on this, that, and the third. Like, what is somebody determined to have or focused on here? So you got angel, pride, mood, and resilience. So somebody's like, I'm not going to sit here and struggle, or I'm not going to be sad. I can handle this. What is somebody doing out of pride or ego? They're like, I'm not going to sit here and sit in my emotions or be sad. Yeah, out of pride or ego, they're going to do luck. They have another opportunity, the Wheel of Fortune. Or they realize how lucky they are, or they realize they have another opportunity. They're not going to sit. So somebody's like, I'm not going to sit and wallow in pity or be sad or struggle, or like, I can handle that. I've handled that. I've been through that before. Okay. What have they dealt with before? This could be you as well. Okay, yeah, personality and knowledge. They're like, yeah, I have the information to do this already. So Sag did have knowledge and mood. They knew that something was going to turn out in a loss. They're like, no, I'm not going to deal with that, or I'm not going to do that or go through that again. So I don't know. You came out in their reading. What's your role down here in these 8 cards? And then I'll get the outcome for you. All right, yeah, you got self-love. What are you doing out of self-love here? You got courage and ambition. Yeah, that's what Sag had. They had ambition. So yeah, you got peace. There's nothing for you to worry about. What's the outcome here for you, Cancers? And then Gemini is next. Yeah, fight, humor, dominance, and mystery. I feel like there's like a do not get distracted. It's not time to get distracted here. All right, there could be conflicting energies. You have to have a balance. You always have to have a balance between, like, you know, work-life balance, all that good stuff. All right, that was a pretty quick reading. Geminis. And then we got Taurus and Aries. Yes.
Can I make some boiled strawberries?
We don't have any strawberries left. You took a shower? Okay, good. Thanks. All right, Geminis. Let's see. What's the energy for the Gemini? Let me get some water. All right, Geminis. What's the situation for the Geminis? Okay, mood. So Leo had humor. You have mood. Okay, so there could be a regret here, a loss. What's the regret? Okay, we got skill, something with a Libra. It could be a cause and effect. Okay, so there was a Libra put first. Okay, so a Libra was put first before a Cancer, or a Libra was put first here. Okay. It looks like that blocked out an opportunity. Putting a Libra before a Cancer blocked out an opportunity or something like that. Okay. What role do you play here, Geminis? Oh, you're in the Cancer position. So you're in the Cancer position. You feel like someone put someone before you. What energy should you be in, Geminis, in this scenario? Okay, you should be in guidance. Guided by what? Order. So I feel like, first of all, you need to pay attention to that. Like, if you're bothered, you're like, they put that before me. I guess you need to pay attention to that. Or I'm also getting to, you need something to be more organized. Something needs to go in a specific order. There's a way to do things. What should you put first for yourself or in this scenario? Okay, resist what? What do you need to resist? A trap mindset. Okay. What a trap mindset or a trap perspective about what? Okay, receiving opportunities, abundance, money, where you could get money from. Okay, what is your current perspective on receiving money, opportunities, or you got personality? Okay, maybe you feel like there's only a certain type of person that receives opportunities, or only a certain type of person gets money. I feel like, too, there could be like a judgment on people who make money, want money, something like that. What if you expand your horizons or open your mindset? What would be your perspective on hustle? Okay, courage. So courage to do what? So it could be like generating income or getting opportunities comes from courage to do what? Okay, follow your intuition. All right, or to be intuitive. Okay. So this could be like, when you say like courage to follow your intuition, what does that mean? We always question ourselves. A lot of people are taught to question themselves, right? You're taught to like get a second opinion, you know, not trust your opportunities, not trust what you should do. What else is your intuition telling you would be a good opportunity, Geminis? Got sexuality, leadership, and resilience. It could be something that's like difficult for you to do. In this case, I feel like you should control your emotions. You have a lot of emotional cards here. Let's get 8 cards for you, Geminis. So an opportunity just comes from, you know, the courage to follow your intuition. Got the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 8 of Wands, King of Swords, and then the Hangman. Yeah. There's like a perspective on not getting money. This could be a thing too where like I don't know if a Gemini would have this mindset, but excuse me. You might feel like, okay, people with money are all evil, or I need to be more humble, so I don't need material things. Or I feel like too, you feel like there's a certain personality trait that is automatically equated to money. I don't think that's what it is. You got the Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups, Six of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. Yeah, this is very, I'm going to tell you right now, your perspective is manipulated. It's completely manipulated. Whatever your perspective is on receiving money or making money or receiving an opportunity, it is completely manipulated. What is the intention here with the Seven of Swords? So the intention is to hide something. The intention is to be a secret. What is supposed to be hidden? The intention is to hide defiance. That was in the Scorpio reading. It's like, I feel like there's like some jealousy, envy, hatred, disrespect, and that's supposed to be hidden. And it's not. What are we disrespecting, or what do we hate here? There's like jealousy or hatred, and that's supposed to be hidden. That was in the Scorpio reading. I just did the Scorpio reading. Not I just did, but the one I did today. So you need to watch the Scorpio reading back at 58 minutes. Like, their intention was to be disrespectful, but the intention here is to hide disrespect, hatred, envy. What do we hate, or what are we jealous of, or... It's almost like somebody is mad that somebody doesn't trust something. What is this person concerned about or know not to trust? I feel like, too... Yeah, get control over emotions, but it's something... what is the personality trait that you're associating with money? Let me see. What is the personality trait that you're associating with money? Oh, innovation. You feel like somebody has to be a manipulator. It's like you feel like somebody has to be a manipulator. A lot of people don't like rich people. They're like, oh, eat the rich, or you have to be an evil person to make money and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well... Like, I don't know. People, like, hate Jeff Bezos, but he started Amazon in his garage. And it's like, yeah, my package got here the next day. So, yeah, he is a billionaire. Like, what? It's like, duh. Like, it's kind of like, that's a great idea. I don't know. It's like you feel like, I don't know. Like, maybe you feel like all rich people are manipulators or something. What personality trait are you associating with, like, broke people or brokenness or not having something? Okay, strength. So maybe you feel like all money comes from a shortcut, or the people who are broke, they're stronger. They're... Okay. All right. What's the outcome for you, Gemini? I'm going to leave that there. Yeah, I feel like it's about your focus. It's what you're focused on. Maybe these people are focused on getting money. Because the trait is courage and intuition. So they're following their own plans, their own gut. They're not listening to other people. They're doing something that makes sure they can get money. Okay, so now I'm going to do Taurus next. Ooh, I'm tired, y'all. Damn, it's 10:30. I gotta go to bed. This is why I do them backwards, because I know whatever's at the end, I'm not going to have a lot of energy for them. So the next time I come back, I'm going to do it in a reverse order. I'll be back on here tomorrow. I don't have set times, though. All right. Taurus. Let's see Tauruses. It's against the law to steal what is not yours. Okay, thank you for that information. We know that. I don't know what that said. All right, what's the energy for the Tauruses? The situation for the Tauruses here. All right, style, Cancer energy. Sagittarius had the same card, I believe. All right, what role do you play here, Taurus? All right, so your spirituality, you're doing something spiritual. You can read your own cards or you're meditating. Okay. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Taurus? Okay, Sagittarius energy. So if they're, yeah, these are two spiritual cards together. Sagittarius rules spirituality. Pisces came out as a Sag today. They came out as the angel card. I'm getting also have patience. So if you're optimistic, now it's time for you to have patience or control your temperament. With angel, this can also be an energy of travel, teaching, things like that. Okay. What is the style energy real quick for you? Okay, pride. Would they have too much pride to do? Oh, Gemini came out as pride too. Would they have too much pride to do here? Okay, rebellion. All right, so they're like, no, I'm not gonna rebel. All right, let's get 8 cards. I'm getting sleepy, so we're gonna, these might go a little faster for y'all. I'm sorry, I apologize. All right, but you're already optimistic, have patience. All right, you might need to listen to a Pisces. They came out as angel, or this could be a Sagittarius. All right, so 8 cards here, Taurus. Okay, you got the King of Wands and 9 of Wands. So the truth is that somebody felt like they needed to fit in. Yeah, the truth is somebody wants more attention. They wanted to fit in, and that is noticeable. All right, and then we have the Death card here. There's something about a conversation between a Scorpio and an Aquarius about this, possibly. All right, let's see. So what is the Death card real quick? Somebody wanted to fit in. Okay, so the Scorpio is doing something out of self-love. What are they doing out of self-love? Or this is what somebody is realizing. What are they doing out of self-love? Love, rebellion. So I feel like somebody is going to be different now, or they like to, somebody is going to be included in the group that they like to be included in. Because here I feel like somebody was doing something out of pride or ego to kind of show off. They wanted to be included. Why does somebody feel excluded or like insecure? Got fluidity and defiance and mood. What were they made to feel ashamed of? What do they see the truth about with the King of Wands? They're like observing something. Okay, style and power and peace. Okay, so I mentioned... Okay, I'm getting a little tired. I mentioned like being quiet or keeping something to yourself. I do feel like somebody wants to be included though. What is the Queen of Wands energy? It's a lot of wands and yeah, change. What were they doing before, or what are you doing before? This could either be you or another person. The strength, what are they changing this into? There could be Leo energy involved. Yeah, truth. So that's what somebody's able to see the truth of a situation. Were they able to see the truth about a Cancer or a Gemini? All right, courage and leadership. All right, so I feel like somebody's realizing they have to be themselves, or it's okay. It takes courage to be innovative or different. All right, so you may need that same advice. If you feel left out, isolated, something like that, it's okay to feel different, or it takes courage to be a different individual. They wanted to be included. All right, so this is going to be the last reading. We're doing Aries. I'm super tired. Sorry to the last people. That's why I be switching it back and forth. All right, Aries. Last but not least, y'all reading. I know I don't know if it's gonna be super clear. Is it any Aries in here? All right, what's the scenario for the Aries here? What's the scenario for the Aries? Okay, fluidity, ebbs and flows, experimenting. What role do you play here, Aries? Okay, power. All right, so speaking up for yourself, saying something out loud. What other energy should you be in here, Aries? What other energy should you be in? You have versatility. So that's like a feminine energy, being more calm, comfortable. All right, one more. What other energy should you be in? So you have the power. You're speaking up for yourself. Okay, you got connectivity and peace. Okay. So this could have something to do with that Cancer kind of being calm, quiet, things of that nature. What are you speaking on with power? Or what do you have power over here? Connectivity again. What is the trap mindset about? What's the trap perspective about here? Resistance. What is being resisted? Hustle. Resisting an opportunity. Somebody's like resisting an opportunity. Okay. How do we view this person resisting? Like somebody doesn't want the money. Either somebody doesn't want to spend the money or they don't want the money. How is this viewed? How do we view this right now? As passion? How should this be viewed? So this could be somebody like, I don't want the money. I'm just doing it because I love it, or I'm just doing it because I desire it, or if somebody's resisting taking money, somebody may think that an individual is like attracted to them instead. Somebody thinks that somebody desires something because of this. What do we think somebody desires? Sagittarius, defiance, and superstition. So somebody wants a Sag to go against a superstition? What? Okay, let's see. How should we view this with an open mind? Yeah, somebody is focused. So somebody doesn't want this opportunity. What are they focused on? What are they determined to have, or what are they focused on? Okay, they're focused on overcoming something. They're like, no, I want to overcome this. What do they want to overcome? They went through like an issue or something. They're like, no, I need to overcome this issue. Okay, it looks like love, vision, transition, and in humor. So they feel like somebody, they feel like an energy kind of gets them to fall into some sort of like fantasy trap that is like a distraction. So I feel like if we're looking at a person, we feel like they have a certain desire, but really they're focused on another thing. We're confusing not wanting one opportunity with something else. Yeah, there's your new perspective. Okay, so here we got the clarity. We're walking away, the Eight of Cups. There's a strength card. So I feel like somebody keeps repeatedly going back and forth. They don't need to repeat that anymore. They're cutting it off. Yeah, the Tower and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, another perspective on hustle. Another perspective on opportunities or abundance. You have Leo and Aquarius out. What is somebody walking away from? Change. So they don't want something to change. What was the scenario before? Something changed, so now they're like, okay, I don't need it anymore. What was the scenario before? confidence, and what did it change into? Intuition. So somebody's, why would they, what? Okay, what is, okay, so this looks like if you following your intuition, you don't need to challenge yourself again. You don't need to change your mind. You were right already. You figured that out already. Do not change your mind. You don't need to go back. That's why fluidity is here. You don't need to experiment again. What is somebody's intuition telling them here? You don't need to repeat. You don't need to question yourself. You already learned it. You're not confused. Yeah, mood. So this person, they know that they'll regret this, or that there will be a loss, or that they will not. Yeah, see, mood, dominance, and humor. Somebody, okay, this is the thing. If you're in an emotional standpoint, right? How do I explain this? It's like, okay, regrets can control your happiness, or shame can control your happiness, or like, if you can't control your emotions, if you're sad, you're going to have to drink those emotions away. You're going to, like people will drink those emotions away, smoke their emotions away, or they'll go have sex or something like that. But if you can control your emotions and focus, you don't need to go do this. You don't need to overindulge, or you don't need to repeat something over and over again. This person already knows that. What was making them, I'm also getting to like ebbs and flows. Like life is not going to be constantly happy and sad or something like that. Like something's going to be up and down. What's convincing somebody to go back and experiment? Because I feel like they're going to realize they don't, yeah, love. They don't need to do that anymore. What's the expectation? Because we have the Tower here. What's the expectation? Pride, what actually occurs? Somebody's supposed to want to show off, or yeah, respect. Okay. What other energy should you be in here, Aries? And then we're going to get the outcome. I got to go to bed, y'all. I'm tired. What other energy should you be in here, Aries? Yeah, okay, so truth. You need to see the truth. I have a lot of cards here, so I'm going to pick up a few because I had some doubles. Let me see. Okay, so we need you to see the truth about a scenario, or be honest about something. What do you need to see the truth about, Aries? You the truth about, okay, so you have superstition. All right, so there's a couple ways that could go. Something could be a superstition, or somebody may not trust something. You need to see the truth about a superstition. That's what I'm saying. There's a superstition about, let me see. What is the superstition? Like, what is fake, or what's like a fake scenario? Voice. There's a superstition about what somebody is saying or talking about. If there's somebody that doesn't trust something, what don't they trust? There's a superstition about words or something. What does somebody not trust here? Knowledge, angel, and ambition. Sagittarius is working. That was their reading. There's a superstition about voice or words. What do you believe about what's being said that's not real? It's like you believe something that's not real about what's being said. Oh, something that you're saying? Okay, there's a superstition about voice. So, okay, I was going to end it quick, but I want to figure out what it is. So, like, say you think, like, maybe, like, okay, every time I tell somebody this, my plans go wrong. It's the evil eye. I got to keep my secrets to myself. Maybe you believe in that and that's not real, or it's like you believe in the power of your voice, or the power of something that you're saying. What are you saying? Okay, so it could be something you're not saying. Voice mystery, or you're hiding something. What? What do you think is going to occur? Yeah, mood. That's what I'm saying. It's like you think somebody's going to be sad or regretful, or what do you think somebody's going to be sad about? Intuition? I feel like somebody already knows something. Huh? Okay. Somebody already knows something. It's like, oh, if I tell them, they'll be mad or sad, but it looks like somebody already knows. What is this person's intuition already telling them? What do they already know? I don't think it, I don't know if it matters. Sexuality and guidance. I guess something about sex, or something about a Scorpio, or what? That's, I don't know. What is somebody's intuition telling them to do? And then we're going to get out of here because I got to go to bed. This is almost like you think that something you say is going to make somebody sad, cry, regretful. Yeah, there's a conflict. I don't think, what does this person know to do for themselves? I don't think they care if you're worried or if you should say it or not. What are they doing for themselves? The Chariot. They're gone, or I don't think they care. I don't know what this is. I really don't know. What is this person doing for themselves? I don't think. Yeah, leadership. All right. What's the outcome for you, Aries? I'm not sure what that has to do with anything. What's the outcome for you, Aries? Potential personality. What do you have the potential to do here for yourself? Yeah, ambition, skill, defense, intuition. All right. There's their intuition and respect. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm tired. We'll do y'all's tomorrow first, so it'll be better. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Sorry today, Aries. That wasn't clear. All right, y'all, I got to go. Y'all have a good night.